Okay, so I'm gonna start with the most juicy scenes that we seen this episode. This season is about to be good. Like, it's getting, from the previews, it looked like it's gonna get better and better. But I'm ready. I hope y'all ready. Y'all get comfortable. Y'all got a snack. You know what I'm saying? Sitting back and ready for me to talk my junk. Okay, so welcome to Leah DTV, where we kiki about reality TV. If you love TV and want to joke and laugh about all the drama you see, hit that subscribe button, baby, and get comfy. So, as I've stated in previous reviews, I'm going to kind of talk about each couple one by one. And yeah, I'm going to start with the juicy ones and probably wing off to the ones we didn't see that much of. Yeah, so I'm just going to start off with Bao and Johnny because it's rocky. Baby, it's shaky. Johnny's getting tired, as he should. So we start off with them. They're eating breakfast. And we see Bao. This is her opening quote. As a woman, people don't really expect you to snore. Baby, says who? Because I got aunts and cousins and people in my family that will snore and it will sound like it's an alarm going off. Baby, anybody can snore. What is that? Sure, bye. According to you, it is not no abstract thing. Bao act like she got an extra arm or something growing out the middle of her chest. Baby, all you do is snore. Calm down. She says she's been bullied about it. I told y'all how that went last review. That junk was funny. So Johnny said that he would have broke up with Bao. If he had seen this and they were just dating, he would have saw it as a red flag. Baby, me too, Johnny. I would have been like, are you crying in the bed right now about snoring? Yeah, no, I gotta go. So they're sitting down eating, and Bao was just like, well, I really wanted you to see where I was coming from last night. Yeah, he saw it, Bao, and his antennas are up. He's like, But Bao did go on to say that normally she leads with physical things. So in her previous relationship, she would go ahead and get it popping, you know what I'm saying? But with this marriage, she's trying to, take things a little slower. And she goes on to tell Johnny, even back then, she had a crush on him. I see why. Johnny's cute. I understand it. And she said, I was just too shy to tell you. But, you had it going on. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny was like, well, if things were different, do you think we would have had a couple kids by now? And Bao was like, maybe. Bao just kills Johnny's mojo. Like, he be into it. He be like, okay, she feeling me. Girl, all you had to say was, yeah, I would have put it on you. I would have popped out about 3 kids. Popped them out. And yeah, we would have got it popping. Johnny seemed like he liked to hear that type of stuff. But Bao, baby, she just pops the balloon. It's annoying. And you see it all on Johnny's face. He'd be like, okay. Yeah. So eventually they go outside and get on this a thing that be swinging. I can't even think of the name. And Johnny tells Bao, last night was a red flag. I would have left you if we weren't married, but unfortunately, I got a ring on my finger, so I ain't go nowhere. So Bao's like, oh, I seen it in your face. Yeah, I know you did, because all of us did as well. Johnny was like, what the heck? What is going on? They resolved it, and Bao said that she's excited that he can express to her when something is a worry for him or something is a red flag to him. Everything seemed okay after that. They went parasailing. It was a great experience. Woo, woo, woo. After that, they talk about living together. And Johnny's just like, look, I've been living by myself for 8 years. I don't know how this is going to go. And Bao's like, yeah, we a little bit older now, and you might be a little bit set in your ways, but I just feel like it's going to be more Bao. I don't know why. It could be because Johnny's my buddy, but I just feel like it's going to be more Bao nitpicking, okay? But I'm going to get into how she is in 1 millisecond. Give me 1 millisecond, baby. They go and sit down and have dinner or something. I don't know. They back in the room now, okay? And Bao expressed that, sometimes she don't take a shower every day. It has been moments in her life when she's been depressed and she's gone a couple days without a shower. And she notices that Johnny takes 3 showers a day. Okay. She says sometimes she gets in the bed with her outside clothes. Baby, when I heard that, I was like, hold on now. Now the showering is hold on now too, but the outside clothes is a whole different level. Okay. So as she's telling Johnny this, immediately you see his skin starts to crawl. Baby, he's crumbling inside. He's like, hold up, wait, you don't shower? That was number uno on my things that she must have. But he tells Bao, these are not requirements, but it is a preference. I would like you to shower. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's that much to ask. Johnny is not. Okay. She goes on to say that sometimes, she might go work out and she'll be too tired to get in the shower. So is it okay if she crashed on the couch? Baby, Bao is doing anything to not be in the bed with Johnny. What is it? Do y'all want separate beds like on I Love Lucy? Like, what is it? You just don't want to share a bed with Johnny. That's what I'm getting from Bao. And you don't want to sleep in the bed, so you want to go dirty up our couch that pedestrians are sitting on? That's ridiculous. Why would you do that? So you want to be dirty on the couch instead of dirty on the bed. Got it. So Johnny's like, okay, well, if you gonna be nasty, okay, and you gotta sleep in the bed, you can't shower after you worked out, then just change the sheets afterwards. She's like, I'm not gonna feel like changing the sheets. Well, Johnny's like, well, just get in the shower then. What is the issue? Get in there. You don't want to change the sheets and you don't want to shower. So now it's seeming like you just lazy as hell. Like, what is it? You can't do neither one? Johnny was a compromising with the change the sheets because, baby, you're not getting in the bed with me after you just worked out. Go get in the shower. I can't even sleep comfortably. Y'all, I do hot yoga. When I do hot yoga, I am sweating profusely. I can't even imagine. I don't even sit on my bed with the workout clothes. I have to immediately get in the shower. That's ridiculous. You're just so tired. First of all, you don't weigh but 90 pounds. What are you so tired for? So, in the next scene, right? Johnny said he talked to his daddy, child. So Johnny says his dad immediately asked him, did he go through with the marriage? Johnny says yes. Next question is she Asian? Johnny says yes. Dad is happy about that. I bet. Dad is relieved. Johnny says he used a word that basically means he's relieved and he's happy for him. So I'm glad Johnny got that approval from his dad because it was somewhat important to him, seems like, and he needed that. That's great. Yeah, they're worrying me. Everything about Johnny and Bao, it seemed peaches and cream at first, but it's starting to crack. And I just don't know. So moving on, we see Gil and Myrla. Gil brings up Myrla changing her last name, like what they spoke about at the wedding, right? And Gil's basically like, well, why you don't want to change your last name? Myrla's like, it's in remembrance of my dad, and I just want to keep his name. Like he don't have sons to carry his last name. But whatever. She's just stubborn because then Gil says, well, what if we hyphenate it? What if we add my name on there? She's like, no, that's too many names. Oh my Jesus. She just really is annoying as hell. Like, you can't compromise. Myrla, you didn't think about this at all before you got married? You thought your husband would just be cool with you not taking his last name? Anyway, they go to the beach, child. And The waiter comes up to them and he offers them some gelato. Marla's like, it should be melted by now. Is it melted? I want some water. Is this gelato? It's too chocolatey. Marla, what? Can you please stop? Like, just stop complaining about everything. Just eat the damn gelato and let's move on. Damn, if you don't want it, leave it alone. Whew. So they go ahead and talk about how they grew up. Marla says she grew up poor. Surprise, surprise. Gil says that he grew up poor as well, and that he was raised as the only child, but he had siblings, I'm guessing just outside of the house. So that made him want to have a huge family. And Marla says, well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Oh, big shocker. Is something else you don't want to do? Okay. I want her to say yes to something. Then I might fall out my chair. She said, that's not going to happen. And he's like, okay, well, what if you just have like 2 or 3 and then we adopt? I'm not open to adoption. What type of person isn't open to adoption? Like, if you can't, what if you can't have any? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she was saying she would exhaust every opportunity, IVF, everything before she adopts. Okay. It kind of shocked me because doesn't she work in the school system? So, like, isn't she supposed to like kids a little bit? What is going on? Marla don't care about nothing. That's what I got from that. Marla don't care about nothing or nobody but herself. Marla says, she's looking at the financial aspect of having 8 kids. So that might be why she's not open to adoption, because it's just more mouths to feed. And, she got to have her Louis, Gucci, Prada. So she ain't trying to be buying diapers for the next 10 years. Period. It's cutting into her budget. Selfish as hell. Marla did something nice for Gil this one time. She got him a whole bunch of chocolate chip cookies, child. Gil's favorite. And Gil was so shocked. He was so happy. He was like, I ain't even gonna lie. You getting these cookies for me is like foreplay a little bit. Like, what's good? Can I get a kiss? No, you can't. Not from Marla. But you can eat them cookies. Pretend they're her. Then Marla says that she's excited to go back home. Okay, she wants to get into the routine of how they are and just start their home. Gil says that he's excited to see how she is with his dog. He says that he works. He's a fireman, so it's periods of time where he could work over 24 hours. And he would probably need Marla to walk the dog. Marla's like, I'm not going to do that. He's like, well, why not? And she's like, well, who walks your dogs when you go to work now? And he's like, I hire a dog walker. And she's like, well, good. Keep at it. Because I ain't walking no dog. And Gil's like, I'm not even going to lie. That's a waste of money. Ain't nothing wrong with your legs. You could walk the dog. So I'm not going to keep spinning. I need to save my money to buy you Louis, Gucci, Prada. I'm not going to be paying for the dog walker when you there. And Marla's like, well, I ain't got no dog. So it's a reason I ain't got no dog, because I don't want to walk no dog. And you know what? I kind of understood what she was saying, because she was saying, the responsibility is being forced on me now. I think Gil should probably still use the dog walker for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and let Marla build her own relationship with the dog. Because I don't have any pets either. And it's because I'm lazy and I don't feel like walking no dogs. I don't feel like if something happens to them, that's a medical bill I gotta pay. Like, I understand if it would be different if she had a dog already and she just like, I ain't walking yours. But she don't have none. So it is kind of like you forcing this responsibility on me, and I ain't trying to do all that. So I think he should keep paying the dog walker at first. Now she might warm up to the dog. then she might take the dog out. You know what I'm saying? Just give her time, Gil. Now, I don't really like Myrla, but with this, just give her a little time, okay? Moving on. Let's knock this one out. So let's talk about Makayla and Zach. Michaela and Zach, Makayla went back to Houston because Zach still has COVID. And the couples, they FaceTime him when they were at dinner. And they just were asking, like, how are you doing? How you feeling? And Zach was like, well, I miss Makayla, but I'm getting a little better. They also ski-oo and yell up to him. On the balcony, Zach comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm a little lovesick because I miss Makayla. It's so cute. He misses her. But, we got to quarantine. We got to separate. It is what it is. They will reunite. And when they do reunite, Charles looking like a little bit of fireworks. And then boom, because some stuff can go down with them. Y'all stay tuned. Let's talk about Rachel and Jose. So Rachel and Jose are waking up. They kissing each other all in the mouth, child. They just woke up. Kissing each other all in the mouth. I'm like, okay, so bad breath, not a thing. Y'all know how I feel about kissing all in the mouth and y'all just woke up. Oh, my Jesus. Jose said he's scheduled for them to take a bike ride. And Rachel's like, well, I don't know how to ride a bike. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I can a little bit, but not like that. So Jose's like, I can teach you. I can teach you. I can teach you how to ride a bike. Let your husband teach you. He be ready to teach somebody something. Baby, calm down, please. He wants credit for everything. He's like, yeah, so this one time, I was in a bike store and I didn't even know what a bike was. So then I got on the bike. I taught myself how to ride the bike. I rode it out the store. Like, just calm down, Jose. Please. Get on my nerves. Rachel says, okay, you know what? You can teach me. Whatever. So Rachel says, is there anything you want to do before we have these babies? Okay? These cute little bobbles. Okay? She's like, because my dream trip is I'm trying to go to Switzerland. I usually take a trip every 2 years and, I want to take a couple big trips before I have some kids. And Jose's like, you know what? No. It's like, I don't think we should do that because it's expensive. Jose, there here go the moment, y'all. I told you he was going to start cutting her budget. He don't want her to do nothing fun. Baby, the budget is cut. As soon as y'all link them accounts, here's your allowance. That's it. So they eventually make their way out to the bike ride. And you know what? They did a good job. It's a good thing Rachel kind of knew already how to ride a bike. It looked like she just didn't fully learn all the way or wasn't an active bike rider. But her parents did show her a little bit. Because if she didn't know how to balance on there at all, baby, it would have been a disaster. But she did know how to keep her balance. It just seemed like she just didn't know how to stop. And once Jose showed her that was good. So they sit down. Jose talks about finances a little bit. That's all they talk about. Rachel is uptight about them finances. She just don't want her budget to be cut. But baby, don't worry about it because Jose's going to cut it. Don't worry. Jose says, my credit score. Do you want to know my credit score? Because I have a credit score that's like impeccable. Like it's impeccable. Like it's like my credit score. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? It's 815. And she's like, oh, wow. So let me ask you this. Like, did you want somebody that was like on their stuff the way you are? And he's like, well, yeah. Well, it ain't Rachel. So there y'all go. Y'all been doing all that kissing in the mouth. Kissing in the mouth. Y'all should have been thinking about, are y'all compatible? Anyway, Jose and Rachel go on another date. And this time they're at the beach. And Rachel got to show her independence by opening up the bottle of wine. She's like, I can do it. Why can't I do it? Jose's like, oh, you want to do it? Here. And Rachel's like, yeah, you were kind of doing it wrong. Rachel, you want to prove your independence by opening up. You just want to do something. Bye. Rachel says, you know what? I'm just worried about if we click with our intimacy. That's a worry for her. Seems like they don't have a problem being physically connected, but she's wondering if once they get in them sheets, now, is it gonna be fireworks or what? And she's like, well, if we don't have Whoopi in the first couple months, that's a red flag for me. And Jose's like, well, I need boxes checked before you get this meat, okay? I'm not just gonna be slinging it and winging it and you ain't checking my boxes. Okay, what boxes is that, Jose? Because I never really heard a man say, it's boxes checked for them to smash. Normally men, they gonna smash. Normally. But you're obviously different. Rachel, she tells Jose, I'm a little messy. I have a little clutter. They start talking about when they're gonna move in. She has some clutter and she's messy. So Jose says, well, I'm a little bit of y'all, I can't say this word. Minimalist. Ooh, I said it. Okay, he's a little bit of a child. He's that. And it's gonna be conflict with them because she gonna have her panties hanging on his bulletin board and he's gonna come home like, Rachel, what is this? And it's just gonna be conflict. Let's talk about Brett and Ryan. They didn't show a lot of them this episode. I really didn't write a lot for them at all. But let's knock it out. So we could get to the couple scenes when they was all together, child, because it was juicy. Brett and Ryan, they're going kayaking. That's their date for the episode. Ryan states, well, when we are kayaking, is there anything you want me to do to make you feel safe? And she's like, no, just let me, I got this. So they go on their date. It was good. They seen some type of wildebeest in the water. I didn't know what it was, but it was huge. I would have been terrified. But, it didn't break up Brett. She was still okay. So anyway, Brett goes to talk to the girls. And I noticed that when she talks to the women, just her and the women, she's more of herself. Like, she cracked a joke. And I was like, there go my Brett. There go the Brett I like. Because it's like she's holding back a little bit of her personality with Ryan. I think that's what I'm seeing. Because, it just seemed like she was more of herself. I cracked up at something she said because y'all know I like Brett. They talked a little bit. Brett and Ryan talked a little bit about living together. How things will be, how they handle things. I think they might be okay living together. But I think the issue with them is politics. It could be a deal breaker for her. Ryan is more on the side of it's really not a big deal to him. And when Brett was talking about it, it kind of seems like he shut down a little bit. So what I'm getting from them is Ryan's probably a little bit more conservative. Okay. And Brett is probably more for the people because that's my girl. But it doesn't seem to be an issue with Ryan, but it just depends on how right-winged he is. I think if it's too much, Brett might be like deuces and yeah. So now let's talk about the couples when they were together. So Zach calls when all the couples meet up, and Zach calls and he basically says, it sucks. He's on his honeymoon and his wife not there. Okay, we'll see you later, Zach, in your chest. Zach goes on to say, you know what? I want to be out there with my wife. Marla was like, well, you ain't missing anything. Child, I cackled. Marla can't stand where she at. She said, you ain't missing nothing, baby. Ain't nothing but some beach out here, child. There ain't even a massage parlor. Marla don't care. So Johnny and Bao, they expressed how they had their first argument and how they settled it, which they did do a pretty good job of settling their first argument. Not really talking about it in the heat of the moment, but kind of calming down, expressing how they felt and moving on from that. Ryan expressed, how he's glad that they expressed how they settled their arguments. And Brett basically was like, well, we haven't talked about anything. Like, we just been sitting around looking at each other. We haven't talked about finances. We haven't talked about intimacy. We haven't talked about anything. And Brett, you need to get on that, because it's gotta get talked about one way or another. Myrla and Gil talk about politics. This is how this all came up. Gil basically says that he doesn't have a problem if his partner doesn't agree with everything he agrees with politic-wise, and Myrla kept interrupting him as he was talking and was like, well, I disagree. Well, it's a deal breaker for me. Well, I disagree. Myrla, let him talk, baby. That is so rude. Keep talking over him, and he's talking to you in a group of people. Oh, my child. So Ryan chimes in and says, well, if my spouse cares either way, if she's too left-wing or she's too right-wing, she ain't the one for me. And Brett kind of adjusted herself in the seat, like, baby, well, I don't know what you're talking about, because it might be a deal breaker for me. It would be for me as well. Like, we gotta agree on most things politically. I'm just saying. So Johnny goes on and asks, has anybody smashed yet? And everybody thinks Jose and Rachel have smashed. They're like, ooh, they're spicy, caliente. But no smashing, because it's an act. Gil thinks that they're lying. No, Gil, they really haven't smashed. Everyone thinks that Johnny and Bao will be the first one to smash. Ryan says it's Zach. Ryan, you might not look that smart, but you a smart man with this one. Because it was. Zach got them cheeks a couple weeks ago. And yeah, it's been all good in his hood. So then the couples meet back up, and this time they're on a boat ride. The couples start playing Never Have I Ever. Oh, I hate this game, y'all. I be caught up. But anyway, Ryan started drinking for everything, because baby, he done did everything. Ryan a hound dog. Don't let the blandness fool you, baby. He done did it all, child. Ryan done shrieked. He done had one. Now, Ryan shrieked, okay? Somebody asked, never have I ever had a one-night stand. Bao says she has. Okay, Bao. Now, baby, that's not what I expected. Then again, maybe it is. And who else had a one-night stand? Oh, Ryan. Child, we knew he did, child. And somebody said, never have I ever cheated. The cheaters of the group is Rachel. Jose's like, oh my God, I married a cheater. Like, how could you cheat on someone? Jose, child, calm down. She said she was young. Myrla is a cheater, or was a cheater. So she take a sippity sip. And then they go paddleboarding. So Myrla declines. Surprise, surprise. She's like, it's kind of cold. We're in the ocean. Oh, Myrla. Gee, she don't want to do nothing. Gil, why did you even ask her? Because she don't want to do it. After a while, I just stop asking Myrla. I'd be like, okay, she don't want to do it. So, yeah. Let me go and get my board. Anyway, mainly the guys did it. And I think Bao got in there too. So Johnny, he goes way out. Somehow he got way out in the ocean, like nowhere near the boat. And it's because, he didn't know how to turn. So it looks like a boat is coming to him to help get him. But the boat went and passed him, baby. I was like, oh my God, that ain't even a boat. So the instructor is yelling, swim, swim, no, swim. What kind of instructor are you? You need to have somebody come go get him, or you go get him. Talking about swim. He obviously know how to swim. That's how he got out there. Crazy lady. I said, oh, this is bootleg. You know what? Myrla was right. Johnny somehow figures out a way to get back to the boat. He is perseverance. That's why he my guy. He figured out a way out of no way, and he got back because he's like, okay, so none of y'all bozos is gonna help me, obviously. Well, I think either Gil or Ryan they were gonna put on a life suit and jacket and go out and get them. But when I say bozos, I mean the instructor. Y'all not gonna get me, so I guess I'll just find a way. And he figured it out, and he got back. Super proud of him. That's how, the episode ended. I think I talked about everything. I talked about how Bao don't want to take a shower, and that was number uno on Johnny's list. I talk about how Rachel is scared Jose's gonna take her funds. Brett and Ryan, they looking rocky as hell. Michaela and Zach just need to get back to Houston so the drama can continue. And Myrla and Gil roasting each other every second. So yeah, I talked about everybody. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and give me a like. If you are not subscribed yet, baby, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and comment what you thought of tonight's episode. It was crazy, but I enjoyed it. I can't wait to the next week. It looked like it's about to be good. Once they get back to Houston, ooh, child, the drama. Until then, I'll see you on my next review. TaTa.